However, contain virtually no biographical details regarding places, dates, and events connected with Nanak's life, with the possible exception of Babur's invasions. Nanak's message was predicated on the essential belief that he was only a messenger, transmitting the divine word from the supreme reality to men. A detailed account of his life would have betrayed this belief. A brief sketch of Guru Nanak's life was given by Bhai Gurdas, a nephew of the third Guru, Amar Das, in his first Var. Stanzas 23 to 45 of the Var contain some biographical material on the life of Guru Nanak. This account, sketchy as it is useful in that it comes from a source closely associated with the Gurus, fully aware of the message of Guru Nanak and its relevance in that age. The Var was written about 80 years after Nanak died. The genre of Janam Sakhis is not one that lends itself easily to the historian's obsession with facts. Rather, the Janam Sakhis are popular forms of episodic narrative where names, places, and dates are rarely mentioned. They do not follow any predictable chronology, and the authorship of the texts, with the exception of one, is unknown. They are written in Gurmukhi, and the language used is Punjabi or Sadhukari. As is often the case with tales of spiritual teachers, the stories are imbued with drama and colored by people's imagination and belief. As a result, myths, legends, and miracles abound. Since there are clear contradictions among the different traditions of Janam Sakhis, there is no dearth of issues for pure academic inquiry, only a dearth of definitive sources. All this, however, does not make Janam Sakhis irrelevant. First, they are all we have, and second, a generous approach towards them, based on their intent and meaning, and armed with a spirit of reconciliation towards the obvious contradictions, can help facilitate the reconstruction of the main events of Guru Nanak's life. It must always be kept in view that these Janam Sakhis were written not by historians but by believers. The origin of the Janam Sakhis would appear to be memories of Nanak as orally told and collectively recalled. To this is added, inevitably, piety, faith, reverence, and contemporary belief of the writers themselves. The stories thus have a great value, not simply as a record of events, but as an interpretation of the doctrine. They are graphic portrayal of the message rather than a mere description adhering strictly to the dictates of time and place. It would be useful, before proceeding further, to take a brief look at the four traditions or cycles of Janam Sakhis. Most Sikh children, certainly of the last generation, have heard Sakhis or stories at their grandmother's knee, in which Guru Nanak has not one but two companions, Bala and Mardana. Bala's name attaches to the most popular and influential of the traditions, Bhai Bala Janam Sakhi. The reason for the popularity of this set of Janam Sakhis is the claim, not taken seriously by most scholars, that it was dictated by Bhai Bala in the presence of the second Guru, Angad Dev, and forms an eyewitness account of Guru Nanak's life and travels. It is now believed that Bhai Bala Janam Sakhi was grossly interpolated by the heretical sect of Hindalis. The Puratan Janam Sakhi is the oldest, believed to be written about 80 years after the death of Guru Nanak. The first manuscript of the Puratan, known as the Vilayat Wali Janam Sakhi, was discovered, partly destroyed by white ants, in 1872, though it had been brought to London in 1815 by Henry Thomas Colebrook, a Sanskrit scholar and member of the Council of the East India Company in Calcutta. The second manuscript was discovered by Bhai Gurmukh Singh of Oriental College, Lahore, in Hafizabad,